Hello everybody, my name is Tickle Me Tanner and welcome back. So it's been a full week since my last video. So you may be wondering why am I uploading less? It's not I'm uploading less, it's just however I feel like it if I record something. So recently, the reason why I wasn't able to upload videos is because I played a game called Final Fantasy IV 3D on PC. It's quite addicting. I already played it in the past, but I was only halfway through it. And basically I had to re-download it again, and then yeah, because I have a lot of storage unlike back then. We're Blue and Riaz, a common parkour player. Where's the path? Oh, there's the blue guy. Could you please guide me, sir? Oh. Just that bad, I guess. I apologize. So, what I like about Final Fantasy IV is that what the I guess you guys need to be patient. So here's my current downloads that I'm planning to get. This one. As you can see, there's still 1 hour left for this bad boy. Frankly, I do hope that it isn't that bad. What the? I didn't mean to do that. Never mind. Anyways, let's continue. Even though it's a bit laggy because I opened it, I don't want to close it. That could potentially stop the downloads. Third time's the charm. Let's see if it crashes again. So there is a known hacker. Once more. That's very terrible. What the? Is that the correct path? It's not that bad, as long as you know where to go. At the very least. By the way, this map is called Jumper Townie by GMO. GMO is a known hoster guy. So there you go. I guess this is where we will be going. Apologies if you hear background noises. There are some what do you call that? Hard labor happening behind me. Just some industrial machines. Not really industrial machines, but more of a cutter? Blade cutter? No freaking way! Oh my goodness, man. So I have prior experience with a few Final Fantasy games. Currently I'm downloading Final Fantasy X again. I already played 70% to 80% of the Final Fantasy X or 10. And I already got spoiled the ending a few days ago since I decided I'm gonna have to search it online because I'm too lazy to finish the game. Even though I haven't reinstalled it again. It's still installing. I was just like, okay. So that's what happened. I just skipped. Apparently, spoiler alert, the main character disappeared. It's kind of sad. I mean, of course, you journey together, etc. But yeah, I guess it's kind of sad. I kind of like it. I really like stories where the main character actually dies with valid reason instead of just live happily ever after. It's bittersweet. Like there's some consequences. That's what I want. So there's this anime that I really like, but I'm afraid that the ending will be happy ending, and I don't want it to be happy ending. I want it to be if they were to defeat that giant thing in the ending, then it's better that there are consequences. For example, the hero often does this, and it actually kills him. I prefer that. What the flip am I doing? Am I gonna die? Holy moly. I died. If I could MSL and get out of here, but that would be cheating. I haven't MSL for 3 weeks now. I don't know. So we're still stuck down here. Except a few people kept quitting. It's so sad for them. I don't blame them though. I mean, if you kept dying, falling off again, I'd argue there should be a teleporter there, but I guess this isn't specifically for noobs like what I do with my maps. So technically, my standards don't apply to everyone else. DRC, no! Yeah, I saw it midair. So, back again to writing character deaths. It's not that having characters survive isn't great, it's just that if the story is that bland, to be honest, Final Fantasy X, to be honest, has just a decent story. Nothing memorable. But because of the ending where they didn't, what do you call that? They weren't together, it made it even more, better, in my opinion. It's hard to explain why, but it is. It kind of did made it better. So you got this character. I'm gonna have to do some analysis, I guess, even though I played these games for like 2 years ago. Holy moly! So character analysis. From what I remember, Tidus started off as being a whiner, a wiener. He's a weenie kid, basically, similar to I guess. Basically, he starts off as a whiner, and then as the story progresses, and basically changes into a mature man. He would often whine, scream, or anything. There's nothing wrong with screaming, but it's just that his usual antics. But in the end, even though death is coming, he's gonna be disappearing, he accepts it and just jumps off the building as he fades. Please don't fall off, Tickle. Don't fall off, Tickle. There we go. So yeah, the tragic thing is that you got this other main character, Yuna. Yuna is basically the girl that has been groomed to do what the culture stuff. Basically a traditional girl. You got a trad girl that's basically has been taught to follow tradition, and as they hang out with Tidus, the main character, she gradually becomes more open. She still fulfills her mission, but she is, a bit. She's a bit opening to his view. Tidus is basically what you call an atheist, and Yuna is basically a traditional religious with a religious parent. Has religious parent, and then I don't even know where to go. My guess this is the way. And then you basically in the end the burden on her part in trying to fulfill those, what do you call those things, traditional stuff, is of course very taxing because she has no own free will. It's like she doesn't have anything that she wants, and in the end when she finally wanted what she wants, it was denied from her because Tidus basically fades away and kind of dies. And then, honestly, that's pretty cool. Even though it's sad, at the very least we see a progression from her and him, but it's not groundbreaking, to be honest. What the frick am I doing, man? That's supposed to be the way, but so yeah, it's very important that you also have to move away from the themes. Also, aside from loss, you also have this very weird and outdated traditions that need to be stopped, purged. Don't fall. Doesn't have to be purged. Sorry, Spartan Jack. It occurred to me earlier what happened to you right now, and I just mess up. And yeah, that's pretty much, I guess. There's also toxic cultural things that needs to be overcome or moved on because they're just not healthy. For example, the issue with that stems there is that they have to do the cycle again and again. They can't break the cycle because sin. Every human has a sin. I mean, there's nothing wrong with. Yeah, it's facts. We all have sins. So, but the problem is that they can't break away from it, and so instead of sacrificing another to repeat it, they basically challenge the system itself, and thus, you know, in order to not repeat the same mistakes like their parents, grandparents did, like her father and Titus' father, Jack, I forgot his name. Yeah, basically that's it. They finally frick. So yeah, I think I found a way to MSL from here to there. Let's just hope I don't mess this up. So the issue is that they need to move on from their cultures, and yes, and they successfully did. I think in the part 2 of Final Fantasy X, there was something where Yuna continues her own story. I guess it's pretty nice. A lot of people didn't like it, but I haven't played it yet, so I can't judge. I think I MSL'd enough, so let's jump. And now I just also bought a game that I haven't played yet because a lot of people said that it's a typical fantasy story, and I'm kind of digging it. I haven't played it yet, but what I meant to say is that Final Fantasy 9, my first Final Fantasy is 6. Then I played 10. Then I played the 3D remake, and I'm almost 95% finished in the 3D remake. I'm actually in the moon right now to join Golbez and that old man moon guy. That's basically it. Alright, let's try flying. I think we kind of overdid it. I don't know if this is a appropriate topic in here, but screw it. I want to talk about incels. I don't know why. It's just interesting to talk about it. So, incels is basically involuntarily celibate. Basically, it's originally for women, for a group of women that can't find a partner or love. But then we all know incel right nowadays because of the category for men, specific men, and basically that's what it is ever since. I mean, there's nothing that changed there. It has become, universal for everyone. So what am I talking about? Wait, what? Oh, it's upstairs. So why am I talking about incels? I don't know. I just find the discussion cool. It's important to discuss about something. So what I want to talk about is incels. To be open-minded. So what makes one incel? There's lots of factors in here. A lot of people tend to focus on dating only, but what about the everyday lives? Let's say slice of life. What happens in your life? So all of those affect individually or the incels, an incel individual. I'm not really too much understanding on what incels do aside from what I've heard about occasionally that they hate women. Well, let's turn this discussion into why. Bro, what the flip? I found this part, which I could use as a skip. I hope so. But I can't do it when someone is in here trying to push me off. Guys, it's over there. We got a bunch of new people. Ackerman. So, what makes one incel? Let's talk about let's not lower them that just that they hate women. I mean, it's part of it turns into that, like a violent sort of incel, I guess. But let's understand why they turn that way. So, for example, the main factors of being an incel is ugliness. It starts in the basic form of what our looks are. And truth be told, beauty does matter. Even how much people emphasize that it isn't. It's to be positive and to be open-minded, yes, it isn't necessary, but it is very important. from what I've heard or for what I've learned is that there is you I guess you could say that if you are handsome, you already have accomplished you already passed something that's easier for you when it comes to dating. But let's skip dating. Let's focus on everyday tasks. People pick someone that's beautiful mostly. They remember their face. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, yes, it's hot. You know, they're beautiful. And so, if you're not beautiful when you were born, that's a struggle. And so, you already have your negative starting point. And then when you grow up, you lack confidence. You lack the necessary requirement for one to be happy in society. Maslow's hierarchy of, I forgot, triangle hierarchy, where you have to attain something in order to be a self fulfillment individual. And so you need those requirements like sex, home, family, love. And if you can't fulfill those, there will always be like a gap inside you. And so people who are born ugly have difficulty trying to fit in or even grow because they can't proceed. There are unique circumstances where some people may not be as handsome. They may not be, they could be ugly, but they know how to carry themselves. They know how to cope, how to manage, but not everyone could be like that. So we're specifically talking about incels. We're no longer moving. Let's move. All right. So you get a sense of like being stuck. Their viewpoint in the world becomes negative because it's not their fault that were born ugly. Yes, a lot of people tend to say that just take a gym, bro, or what do you call that? I guess do some more work. Who's shooting? I don't know who that is, but please leave me alone, bro. I'm currently in the middle of a very interesting discussion. Anyway, so I think don't shoot. What do you want, bro? Do you want to know where to go? Over there. I don't think he got my memo. I think he was trying to lead me to a safe path, but nah, I'm trying to do this. Alright, we found it. We found the line. I think this is a problem because he's attempting to do what I'm doing now. And I can't concentrate. Bro, ignore me, bro! You know what? Let's just do the traditional parkour thing as we progress, even though we're still stuck here. I don't honestly care if I don't pass this, as long as I feel like I'm done with this discussion. Then that's it. That's basically it. I'm sorry, GMO. I don't know if this is your map or whoever it is, but props to you. I really like the layout. It's just a bit hard for me because I haven't played Halo for 1 week. Skill issue. Anyways, so recap. If you're handsome, you have a leg advantage compared to normal people. And so ugly people tend to view negatively of just crouch, bro. So when you have that perspective, it becomes difficult for one to get out of it because you basically face the natural reality of the world, that it's cruel. Yes, a lot of people tend to face life differently, but what I meant to say is this is one of the toughest, one of the tragic parts in facing the world is that is about, fulfillment. When one is not fulfilled in your heart, we tend to long for it. We want to, achieve it. So naturally we want happiness, and if you if you cannot get happiness, naturally we turn bitter and sad, and that's where incels born. The hatred for women. Not really hatred for women, not necessarily. Those are violent. But what I meant to say is that there's this bitterness that, for example, what if you are a decent looking guy but keeps getting rejected? And so it's very painful to get rejected. Personally, I only get rejected once because I only tried twice. First time failed, second time it worked. So I guess that's lucky for me. But for others, especially, I've been called once cute, and honestly, that fills your day. Even though I'm not handsome, I kind of look like a nerd. Nerd, like with the teeth and the glasses. But I did get called cute by a girl, so that actually contributes something. So if other gender, especially that you're attracted to, calls you cute, handsome, or anything else, that adds a bit of layer to fulfillment that we need in life. So if you're constantly being called, wow, she's beautiful, of course, naturally, it turns into three things. It gets into your head, and you become so confident. You gain ego, or two, you just, oh, thank you, or three, it's become so common that you just become indifferent to it. But there are others who are not beautiful that, if rarely get that, is already good enough. And that's why these people, ugly people, can't get it, because life is just about beauty, part of. So you naturally, when one does not fulfill it, they become bitter. I mean, we already talked about it, so let's move on to why they turn incel. Incel isn't a bad thing. It's actually people that needs help, that needs, it's people that we need to understand why they're that way. They could become bitter in life. It's because of this. And isn't just dating, only dating. Multitude of factors. An individual's problem isn't just basic. It's a multi stuff, I guess. So in order to solve it, you need to be... I can't go up, I guess. So the only dangerous part here in parkour is we can't get it. Get out of the way, sir! Oh my goodness. I have to stand here. Why is bro punching me? Alright, punch me, bro. Punch me if you want. Well, I guess he's busy. I see something. Yes, let's not fumble hard here. I don't wanna... I don't wanna fall again. That took me like 20-30 minutes. I don't know. That's crazy. No way. No way I'm gonna fumble this. Never again. I can't see crap. I don't know if I could reach that. It's Geronimo. Am I just that stupid? I guess. I think I got it right. I hope so. So it's actually very close here, so no problem if I could just MSL correctly. It's been a while since I did it. Anyways, let's go back to that discussion. So, naturally people need fulfillment, and so you can't get fulfillment if you're ugly, because that's a downside. People won't treat you like you're a person or just ignore you, and it sucks. Being ignored in life is already a hard thing. It bottles up inside that you are nothing more than just... you're just existing, I guess. And that's sad. At least we managed to go to the next level. That's what matters. I'm a bit tired already. I want to stop this, but let's continue on. Is this even the right way? Never mind. I don't know the right way. Guess we just have to find it. I guess this one. La 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 la. Where do we go? There we go. I like it. I actually like this. Okay. Oh, there? Why didn't I see that? Okay. We just need to be better at jumping. I haven't played for a while. Missing a jump somewhere. Blue! Blue goo! So basically, if you're attractive, other people will get to you. That boosts your confidence. And if you have nothing, or basically if you did try, let's say a lot of people tend to try and get rejected. That's a hard thing. Being constantly rejected ruins our day, ruins our mood. It's sad. You constantly get sad until you become bitter. And so, who the flip did that? I was in the middle of my jumping, bro. The male. No way. No freaking way. Seriously, we need to try again. Wow. I don't like that layout, but I guess it's not easy. It's partly my fault for being a noob. Anyway, so yeah, it's important we understand people why they're that way. We understand their everyday life has to deal with this, that they're ugly, no one will care about them, and they'll be alone forever. Forever alone. And so that sort of personality shapes them, becomes bitterness. And it could either turn violent, or they just look differently in the world. Not very optimistic, just very realistic. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you see, there's nothing. That's just the way it is, I guess. So now, how to avoid being an insult? You can't really avoid it because it just happens naturally. If you're ugly, this will most likely happen to you. I couldn't get shot in there. I am so bad, it's honestly crazy. And so, yeah. This is why we need other things, so that we don't become bitter. Humans are very resilient and at the same time very fragile. Each and every one of us has its own unique characteristics and attributes. So not everyone can just say, do this, do that, and you could be like that. A lot of people tend to break easily. Some people break very hard. This is why they're called resilient. So it's important that we just try to find ways in order to help people. Such as Frank! Such as, we should be nice to everyone we met. Always remember that whatever happens to their lives could be sad, happy, whatever. So if you are in a good mood, hello! They'll reply, oh, hello. That was a strange individual, but he said hello, so I hello back. You know, just small things in life. But, yeah, I suck. I suck at parkour. Holy moly, I mean, I haven't played for 1 week, so that's my excuse. I mean, actually good, it's just that I haven't played for a while, you know. Copium. Anyways, it's also important to develop our coping mechanism. How do we develop it? Friedrich Nietzsche once said that God is dead. Why? That is because I don't know. I do know, but it's just that I forgot. Basically, what he means is that society has already. He fears what's happening to society. He doesn't like Christians or the philosophy of Christianity, but he sees it as a way that how we develop coping mechanisms during the time period. And so he told us from his books, I guess, that we must partake in culture in order to have other sorts of hobby. And he's right. You can have religion, you can have other things, as long as there's something that makes you stronger, cope. That's important. Ugh, great. That's just how I don't fumble this one. No one's following me, so that's good. I sincerely hope this is the way. And basically, this is indeed the way. I don't want to fumble, so I assume you're supposed to go there. Dead end. Okay. High jump. I was actually scared that I won't reach it. Anyway, so yeah. Crouch jump. I really like parkour if I don't fail. Of course. Naturally. What the flip is this? Oh. There's a narrow gap here. What I'm scared is I'll bump my head. We did it! Yay, we're pretty safe now, I guess. Imagine if there's no save there. I would have rage quit. Anyways, yeah. Don't jump there, Tickle. There we go. Yippee! Hello, Blue. Where do we go, Blue? Blue, go. Point me the way! Just point me the way. A brave bro doesn't understand, I guess. There. Huh? Huh? Where do you go? I have no clue. Good MSL there. No. Should I just jump there? Screw it. I really hated that it has to be like that. Who is this guy? Healer machine. Pathetically. I'm not a big fan of plasma. You know what? Let's try the other side. Alright, let's observe first. Alright. No, Tickle, take your time. Take your time, Tickle. I am so bad. A rare beast. Hello, bro. Been a while since I met you. I'm just that bad at going upwards. Let's just fire at the very edge. Almost got it. Why is bro switching places? I just can't do it. I wanna stop playing because I'm sweating like crazy. I just took a shower and now I'm sweaty. The humidity here is crazy. Wait, what? Where did I get a jetpack? And how did I not notice this? Wait, what? I wasn't looking at my screen. Well, I guess I solved life. I solved life. Did I get... I think here. I misspelled here and then somewhere it popped up here. I think so. Because it just pops up like a weapon, something like popping up when you get close to an item. And so, how come I didn't notice that? I'm a stupid idiot. Well, at least I finished our discussion. Anyways, that's all. Thanks for watching. This was Jumper Townie. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.